Okay, this is how you wrap your hands. You'll take the hand wraps and you see on the bottom it says this side down. Take the loop, place it over your thumb, and bring the hand wrap this side down onto your skin. Come across the back of the hand. Keep your fingers separated at all times. Start with 2 or 3 wraps around your wrist, depending how thick your wrist is. Come down at an angle, underneath your palm, and across your knuckles. You can come across twice if you want to. Then, keeping your fingers separated at all times, keep your hand rigid and straight. Bring the hand wrap, pulling it snug but not tight, across the back of your hand, catching the angle of the thumb, and thread it down through small finger, between the ring finger and middle finger, index finger, up around the back angle of the thumb, then down at an angle across the blade of the hand, and then that webbing, you're going to capture that, bring it across the knuckles. Up behind the thumb this time, this is called backing the thumb, pulling it snug, around, make a severe angle, cross, now down across the back of the hand and in front of the thumb this time and underneath, back around the back of the hand at a severe angle, making this across. Now you're going to start crossing, making an X on the back of the hand and the wrist, pulling it snug. Make your X's across the back of the hand and the wrist. Across the hand. Now I'm running out of wrap. I'm using it up. So now I'm going to finish it off on the wrist. To make a fist, I'm curling these fingers in at the first digit, second digit, wrapping it in tight, and then wrapping my thumb down around the bottom so that I have, my fist is here. The reason we're wrapping from the lower part of the hand to the wrist is to make this solid so that there's minimum flexing in between the lower hand and the wrist to make this a stiff, straight line. This is how I want it to be. All right, when we make the crosses, the X's on the back of the hand, it also supports these small bones in the hand. The only knuckles that are continually backed by bone are the first 2 knuckles, which are, incidentally, the striking knuckles. Once you get better at this, it should only take a minute and a half to do both. Stretch your hand wrap out so it feeds into your grip easily. Here, pulling it snug, keeping my fingers separated, across the knuckles, over the back angle of the thumb. Once, twice, 3 times, across the back of the hand at an angle. Here, catch that webbing. Here, from the back of the thumb, around and down at a severe angle, across at an angle, from the front of the thumb to the back of the thumb. Then begin your crisscross pattern here, pulling it snug, bringing it up so that it's here, and finishing on the wrist. You can bring the wraps up a little higher on your wrist if you like, to prevent chafing when you're wearing gloves, boxing gloves especially, which come up higher, or if you want more support in there. And you will see that when I'm putting the boxing gloves on, they come up fairly high. These are great gloves, so I don't worry too much about chafing. You want your hand to be supported and protected. So they actually come up pretty high, but that's okay. These are great gloves. So that's basically how you wrap your hands to prevent them from breaking, and supporting them, and to help prevent you from bending your wrist at an angle if your distance is off when you're striking. So that's basically how that's done.